here object is class is created. Within this class I have not created any method. Without creating of the method, just create the object. By that, these all the method and parameters we can access. Let's see whatever. So create the object for this student class. Object student here is equal to object student is equal to class name. Syntax is what? This is the syntax. Now constructor, make the constructor. This is the default constructor for this student class. This constructor, as I told you, that what is the use of to constructor here used. Where is that constructor? This is the constructor of your person class to update the class variables, sorry, instance variables. Same, this is the constructor. No, object student. Okay, what is this? Intent expected. Class student, class person. Okay, now come down here. So once now I can access the print object student with the name of student class. Object student dot what? Print name. The print name is a method that is declared. Print name is a method declared and defined in person class, but here under the class, the student class, I have not defined any method. This method is the parent class method, but I can access within the, because now this student is the child become the child of the person class. So student class can inherit all that methods and attributes from the person class. So now compile this code, run this code. Now what is called indentation error expected and indented black after class indefinition line 19. Line 19 is where why we need to indentation here. Let us check that why we need to get the indentation means what? After class definition line 19 indentation error. So indentation means what? Somewhat margin. How much of indentation? Why? Object always will be kept here. Student class person object 1. Student print. Student is what? Unresolved reference student. Object student is equal to, we need to create the object for the student class. Okay, you put this one. Okay, let us start the class. So now here what happened? So a class father we were discussing about the inheritance. Within that, a father class is there, father class, and that father class has a constructor. I told you that this is called double underscore init function, sometimes called as underscore method. So this constructor has some parameters, means some variables. They are called parameters. Okay, self keyword used to indicate that this constructor belong to the this father class. Constructor used to initialize means set the instance variables. Try to understand that these are fname, lname are instance variables which will be used with the object. Okay, class variable declared in the class. Okay, so now this is I have written self dot first name is equal to fname, means here this instance variable is equal to self will be used to access the class variables. Here no need to mention the class variable. If you mention the class variable here, so it is to be assigned with the value. Without assigning of any value, it will not take it. Okay, it will give error. So here in Java, okay, once your class variable declared without assigning of any value, it is okay, but here we need to assign the value. So that's why we need to, until unless you will not assign any value to it, it will give error. Okay, so if I remove this, it is declared. Okay, so it will give error. So you put in comment section, but without declaring here self dot first name means there is a class variable. Self dot first name is equal to your instance variable. Now I want to take a print statement for fname lname instance variables inside of the constructor. Now it is okay. Now one method declared love method within this fname lname, two parameters. These are local variables. For these local variables, whenever I call that so I will explain. So one print statement I kept in this method. Whenever we call this method love, this print statement will be printed. So after that, here I have called first name dot self dot means I am calling the word class variables with the self, okay, self keyword, plus fname plus lname, these are the local variables, okay. Now one method, it has a one print statement, laughs loudly. So whenever I call this def method, this is the father's method. Here inheritance takes place. Now son is a child class. Now son is inheriting father's methods and attributes, okay. So father is the parent class. Now this son has a independent method, read. That method has a statement, he reads well. Now what, I have created the object for the father, okay. And within this father, I told you that this is the constructor. Within this constructor, father fname lname instance variable, I have passed the values here, Amar, Ali. This is the first name, this is the name. These values will be passed to what? Father's, these instance variables. So instance variables are designed here. Object created under the object, a constructor. Instance variables for the object will be constructed, otherwise set up, design, whatever. So object 1 is created for son. This is the object son for the son class. So within this son class, I have no son class has no any constructor. Here son class using the constructor of father class, okay. So within the son class constructor, I have passed the fname lname values, but son has no any constructor. Son is using constructor of the father class. Next, son object 1 is the object 1, it is created for son class. So object 1 accessing the love method of father. So whatever the instructions under this father love method will be executed. You are so lucky. First name self dot last name, these will be what called you are calling class variables, because now whenever variables are passed to object dot son, object 1 is equal to son, within this constructor you pass the values. These values will be updated to this fname lname. So whenever fname is equal, lname is equal to self dot first name, so fname is equal to what, Miriam. So that will be equal to first name, self dot first class variable. So let us see what happened. After that, object 1 dot read. Object 1 dot read means what, you know, you are calling what, read method of son. It is the independent method of the son. Only the son has one independent method only, but rest of that love method, it is the father's method. By son class inherited that love method, and son class the son class, it has a constructor. That son class has no any constructor. Son class has used the constructor of the father. So now you compile this code, you run this code, what happened, this much of print you are getting. So Amar Ali, two values passed in father's constructor. So these values Amar Ali, first name lname, they will be passed to this constructor, so for the father. So next is what, next printout is this print statement. This print statement you are getting for what, try to understand. This is for one printout. This whenever under this values are passed, Amar Ali, they are passed here. This is for what, next constructor you have passed the values for the son. This is under the son constructor you have passed the values. So again these values will be